DMAC here at the house, talking snowboard accessories. This is going to include, stomps, leashes, and all the tuning equipment. Kind of a brief overview, and then we'll go into more specifics on how to tune the snowboard and everything. You'll see a few more tricks of the trade. To start off with leashes here, I've got baby bear, mama bear, papa bear for you. Basically, a leash is going to be required by most of the ski resorts. Its main purpose is to keep the binding attached to the boot. This end will loop through a hole in the base plate, being held in place obviously if there is a base plate, and this will simply clip into the laces on the boot. This is going to be like your simplest design. You'll see some simple nylon ones too. And then you get a little extreme. You got the air leash from Air Blaster, loops through the binding, then you got a cord, so if you're hiking the pipe with your snowboard, you can still have it on without detaching your leash. You got a little, style, big Fast X buckle. It's pretty sweet. But then if that's not enough for you, you got the Air Blaster leg bag. Now this has been discontinued. We got a few of these left, so if you're looking to get one, get them quick because they're not going to be around much longer. This puppy's got it all. You got a zippered pocket for whatever you want to put in there. You got pocket for a few chapsticks, really crucial stuff out there on the slopes. This one has a Fast X buckle and a bungee cord, so it's not going anywhere. And then, if you get into a little competition on the slopes, you got a ruler on the inside. Set it straight for all your homeboys. Why you'd be using that, I don't know. So that's the leg bag from Air Blaster. That's about as good as the leashes get. From there, Stomp Pads. We've got a ton of different kinds. Your basic ones, you're going to have like your metal, your aluminum Stomp Pads. You got nice Burton logos here, but they got little studs and stuff like that. These obviously give you really good traction. It's pretty hard for the ice to stick to them, and they're metal, so that the traction they provide won't break down over time. From there, you move into a more simpler, plastic acrylic one. These are nice because they don't cover up any of the graphic. They're very lightweight. And the kind here actually has really sharp spikes. Even though it's a smaller one, as long as you get any part of your boot on at least a couple of these things, it's going to hold really, really good. Purpose of these, simply when you're exiting the lift, it's going to give you traction to steer the board away from the lift. And when you're kicking to it or doing 1-foot airs, gives you a spot to stick it on the board, gives you good traction, you're not slipping off. From there, you move into your humor ones or whatever. You got a crushed can here. Then you'll see a number of ones available, like broken bottle, cigarette butts, all sorts of rude stuff. Yeah, that's the other kind. Stomp Pads, really not too much going on. That's the basic kinds we offer. They get bigger, they get smaller, but those pretty much run down any one you might see. Moving into tools and tuning, definitely got a little bit more going on here. Starting off, you're going to have your wax remover. Each time you wax your board, you're going to want to apply some of this. Get that old wax off, any residue you have on your board from springtime riding. If you magic markered your base up, this will take it all off. Really good at getting goo off of bumper stickers and stuff like that too. Next, you're going to be looking at wax. What kind of wax you choose is kind of depending on how fast you want your board to go. Ultimately, a hot wax with the iron is going to be definitely the best way to maintain your board. It penetrates further into the base material, therefore it's going to last longer, and you're definitely going to get a little bit more speed advantage waxing with this. In between, or if you have a really low-end extruded base, you can easily get away with a rub-on wax product. These will go right on the surface of it. They're going to speed it up for maybe 1 to 2 times out, but these are really, really easy to apply. You don't need the hot iron. There's a little sponge in here. You just take it down, spread it over the base, smooth it in, and you're ready to go. You can do it at the slope right before you ride. A hot wax, you're going to take your iron specifically for waxing. If you're trying to use a clothes iron, it's going to clog the steam holes and your mom's going to yell at you. So just get a snowboard specific one. Best way to do it is just take the bar of wax, hold the iron upside down at an angle like this, push the wax up to it, and then just do it in a solid line up and down the board. Smooth it out with the wax, or with the iron, get it all throughout the whole board, and then you come at it with a scraper. Now, the scrapers will come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. Best way to do it is just to get an acrylic one, because those won't scratch the board surface quite as much. And if your edge ever gets dull, you just take a metal file, bring it back again. Once you've scraped it, you're going to take a Scotch-Brite pad like this. You're going to smooth off that excess, brush off that excess wax, really smooth over it, and then finally you'll use a finishing cloth just to buff it, give it a kind of mirror-like finish if that's what you're looking for, but just to smooth out the wax even further. Edge sharpening, usually the best way to do it is just get a file guide like this. You're going to put this part in the base and just pull it one way, rasping the edge. It's going to take a little bit of the edge off, giving it that razor sharp edge it had when it was factory. And then after that, you come through with a diamond stone, which is just really going to take any burrs or any deformities in the edge and smooth them out. These are also really, really useful for rail riders. If you're doing a lot of rails and boxes and doing board slides, you're inherently eventually going to catch your edge unless you detune your edges. And the diamond stone or the deburring stone is really good for that because it does a really minor job. It doesn't rip the whole edge off, just smooths it out and keeps you from catching on the rails and boxes. From there, we move into tools. Your one option like this, the bullet tool, is going to be considered a pocket tool. All the bits are held in the handle. And the nice thing about these is that they do have a ratcheting mechanism that can be reversed so that you're not removing the screwdriver, putting it back in the screw over and over again. You sit there, twist, makes it a lot easier. This is a good one for, while you're on the slopes, lightweight, fits in the pocket, nothing to jab you. This is going to be a better option for at home when you're tuning. This one's obviously got a lot bigger handle, so you're going to get a lot better torque as you're tightening the binding. Once again, the ratcheting mechanism. This one's nice. It does come with 8 extra attachments to it. These things are just plain simple handy around the house too. But definitely want to use these versus a power tool. With power tools, the torque setting in some cases can strip out the insert. So it's best just to use the hand tools, do it as hard as you can do it by hand, and that's your torque setting. That's a general overview of our accessories. Like I said, if you're looking for a specific tuning instruction, I'm going to cover that in the tuning video, which should be available on the site.